Alright guys, geometry fans, we are here for our final object right here. It is the sphere. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is we just have one paper today, finding the surface area and the volume on the same piece of paper. Pretty straightforward. Really the only thing that we're going to be doing is finding the radius, right? So that in itself might be a little bit of a challenge because on my sphere, yes, we are going to be rounding it. We're going to be doing some, I guess what you might call imprecise measurements here. So when we're looking at this, we're just looking straight across here. Alright, so handy dandy ruler. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do some centimeters this time. Alright, just because my object's so small. Right, so if I'm looking at this here, I would say just by rounding it, it looks to be 1.5 is the diameter, right? So I'm going to be measuring this here in centimeters. Right, there's my formula right here that I'm going to be using. Have a handy dandy calculator that I can be using here. So my radius is just going to be 0.75 centimeters, right? It was 1.5 centimeters, so radius, just divide that by 2. So I'm going to plug my numbers in here. So I have 4 pi times 0.75 squared. Again, you can use 3.14 4 pi as necessary. So 4 times 3.14 times 0.75 squared. I'm coming up with this 7 65 thousandths, or 7.065. We're always asked to round it to 2 decimal places. No difference. Make sure that you have the correct label. So in my case, it would be centimeters squared because I'm still doing the area here. Alright. Let's go down here to the volume, and after that we'll be finished. Again, we already basically have the radius. I can measure it again for you, but we're still measuring in centimeters, and my radius is 0.75 of a centimeter, right? A little bit of a different formula here. We're using this where the volume is 4/3 pi, and this time it's 0.75 cubed, or 0.75 raised to the 3rd power. When you have this 4/3, remember it's really just 4 times pi times 0.75 cubed divided by 3, or you could just enter that in as a fraction, right? So let's see what we got here. We have 4 to 4/3, excuse me. Then we have times pi, and then we have times 0.75 to the 3rd power. So again, I have 1.76625, so 1.7 centimeters cubed, right? Make sure you get that correct label. Okay, that's one thing I've been grading for. I've been looking to see, do you have the correct label, or are you just labeling centimeters or inches and just calling it a day? Make sure you get that exponent on there. Alright, I hope you guys have a great weekend.